Today's show is brought to you by Booked and Busy Talent. Booked and Busy Talent is a full talent agency that doesn't chase deals, they create deals. Clients receive counsel from strategic management consultants who have worked at Google for former President Barack Obama and in the healthcare industry. Their cross-industry business knowledge has helped them secure groundbreaking deals for their clients, such as first-team All-SEC gymnast Darian Goburn, the undisputed queen of the four, and Jackson State University two-sport human highlight reel Malachi Wyman. What are you waiting for? Get booked and busy today by contacting them at bookedandbusytalent@gmail.com to set up a future client consultation to get your NIL deals rolling. What's good? What's good? What's good? What is good? Raw Truth family in the building. Raw Truth Media. It is. So we got a game tonight. Oh, breaking news. Breaking news. Share this video. Like this video as well. Mitch Kupchak just said that Montrezl Harrell has a chance to play against the Pistons tonight as long as the physical on both sides are completed. Repeat, Mitch Kupchak said today that Montrezl Harrell could play tonight if the physical is completed. So we're going to see him in action. Like the video. Shout out to Tetro. He said, what's good, DJ? Shout out to Macrina Daniel. She said, hi, DJ. Tetro says, let's see what Harrell is working with tonight. Shout out to channel member Trent. To become a member is only $2.99. To become a Raw Truth supporter. This is the best way to help this channel and to help grow the vision, which is Raw Truth Media. This is a family. And HL Kids in the building. He says, Raw Truth Media, DJ, what's good, man? It's a blessing right now. Montrezl Harrell could play today. I'm going to tell you the good things about Montrezl Harrell first. The good things about Montrezl Harrell is that he's an enforcer. He may not be the best defensive player. I'm letting y'all know. But those little harsh fouls that teams give LaMelo, that's not going to fly with him. If any team tries to rough up LaMelo, Montrez will be there. Guarantee. He is a dog. And he could score in the paint. The only problem is he's 6'7". That's why the Hornets still need to keep making moves. This is a solid move, but you need more moves. You need to get a 7-footer. I repeat, you need to get a 7-footer. The Hornets got one of the shortest teams in the NBA, and that's just not going to fly by. Shout out to Slat. He said the Hornets finally got a real dog. About time. About time. Trent says Harrell can actually set screens too for Melo. Don't forget, LaMelo Ball and Montrezl Harrell have chemistry. They used to do the open runs with Rico Hines in the summers. So LaMelo knows his game. Montrezl Harrell knows his game. This is going to be fun. Before I come back, I'm going to get something to drink because I'm kind of parched right now. Keep the comments rolling. I'm going to get something to drink real quick. Much better. Much better. Yeah, get the likes up, share this video. Let everybody know that we're live. He said, yeah, DJ, he's too small. Okay, but too small. He plays bigger than what his height is. He's listed at 6'7". Rodwin Hawk says, is Trez playing today? There's a good chance. If he passes his physical, he'll play today. That's what Mitch Kupchak said. Macrina says they probably listening, DJ. They may do so. They may. Rap God is in the building. Oh, that's a good pickup for the Pistons. Not a good pickup, a great pickup for the Pistons to get Marvin Bagley. Marvin Bagley's father wanted him out for the longest, and he finally got that wish. He finally got that wish. But I like the moves so far. I just want the Hornets to get more size, more just more of a paint presence. Because a 6'7" center, man, it's just for this team. Now, if you had a longer team from the beginning, this wouldn't be a problem. Now it's a problem. And here's what I think is going to happen. I think Montrezl Harrell will be the sixth man. Now, before you say, well, Plumlee sucks, he shouldn't be starting. That's true. But listen, and Coach Joe's going to elaborate when he goes live. Montrezl Harrell, since he's not a defensive kind of player, he's best at the six-man role. I've seen it with my Lakers. And there's a reason why he bounced to different teams. Now, he's going to give you that 14 and 8. But is he going to be there to stop teams? No. Again, the Hornets, stop being cheap and make some moves. This is the reason why I call you the flea market of the NBA. If you look on Twitter, Hornet fans or Borrego defenders are so satisfied with this move. They think this is the only move they need to do. But if you've been listening to Raw Truth Media, what have I been saying this whole time? LaMelo, Miles Bridges, JT Thor, and Book Knight are the only players untradeable. You can trade everybody else out, and I'll be cool with it. Trent says, too bad Kay Cunningham is hurt. Love to have him and LaMelo match up. Man, me too. I wanted to see that as well. Fozzie says they could get Nick Richards. They can start Nick Richards. Yeah, that would be good. Troublemaker Network. Shout out to Troublemaker Network. He says he talked about how much interest young players got. Now, I want to know from the family, are you satisfied with the move so far with the Hornets? Or you think they need to, do you agree with me that they're not done yet? They shouldn't be done yet. That they need to get, I think the Hornets need two moves: a 7-footer that can play defense and a shooter. They need a shooter bad. Tatro says Harrell is not enough defensively, but he is a dog, and it won't be soft down low anymore. Pause. It won't at all. But man, I'm excited, man. Tonight's game against the Pistons, the Hornets should win this game. This game shouldn't be close. Now, Hornets, if this game is close and you still giving credit to this horrible coach and James Borrego, then you must be telling yourself you don't care about winning. You don't care about winning. If this game is close. Rob God says they're not done yet, but Hornets are satisfied with this trade. It's a good trade, but it should be more. It should be more. Man, I heard a rumor in the NBA, right? This may not be true. It may be true. It said the Hornets are interested in Jakob Portal. Shout out to Court Vision. Now, I'm not saying this because of race, but I'm just wanting to point out the consistencies, the bad consistencies of the Hornets management. Why do they want white bigs so much? I hope that's not true. I hope they're not trying to get Jakob Portal, even though Jakob Portal is better than clumsily Plumlee. We all understand that. I want more athletic 7-footers. That's who I want on that team. And Jakob Pertl, even though he's an upgrade, he's not a fit. He's a throwback big. Right, Rowan? White bigs all the time. Their infatuation with that is just so weird to me. Trent with an update. He said Miles is back home, DJ. Miles got a lot of family coming to tonight. Coming to tonight's game. Not to mention Detroit's had interest in Miles. Could this be the night Miles go off to prove his worth if Mitch won't pay up? Absolutely. He's home. Shout out to the homie Don Vitti. He said the dynamic between Trez and JB got to be hilarious. JB can't handle too much realness. Trez will help Melo shine because the locker room dynamics will change. I can't wait to see this. Thank you. The great thing about Montrezl Harrell, he's not a yes man. And he had Doc Rivers as a coach, and he spoke his mind. And Tyronn Lue, who was an assistant as a coach, and spoke his mind. And Frank Vogel, who won a championship with the Lakers, he spoke his mind. And that little psychoanalyzing stuff JB be doing is not going to work with Montrezl Harrell. I'm telling you that. So it's good to have a player who is not a quote-unquote teacher's pet. And thank God, I'm sure Ish Smith is a great person. But with this team, he wasn't a good fit. JB was trying to turn Ish into his personal Tebe, Devontae Graham. And for those who don't know, that's who he is. That's the nickname for Devontae Graham. That's what he wanted to do. Thankfully, he's traded. Hopefully, Mitch Kupchak thought that, hey, maybe I should build this team around LaMelo. Well, duh. You were supposed to do that last year. We got 50+ people in the chat. Hit the like button. Should have done that last year. But this team last season was just fighting for a play-in spot. Who does that? What sounds better, rebuilding or fighting for a play-in position? Troublemaker Network says even Charlotte Crazy Media wants Trez to start. No, keep Trez as a 6-man. For those who are saying they want Trez to start, they don't watch him. They don't watch his game. He said keys. Taufik says keys to the game is to get rebounds. Absolutely. Troublemaker Network says Charlotte finally got a dog on the roster. Yes, he is, man. He ain't settling for less, man. Court Vision. He said Hornets should have made more moves. Same team. A little better, but same team still. Not enough to move up. Daniel Sims says, I'm on a wait and see approach with Harrell. Yep. Court Vision says they need to play team ball, period. Let LaMelo feed everyone. That's the dumb part about this team. They know LaMelo's going to give them the ball, but still refuse to play the right way. That jealousy, that ego, that's like a drug, man. Jealousy and ego can ruin a lot of things. Shout out to the homie Walter Robinson. He says, if LaMelo gets under 32 minutes, this team hasn't learned nothing. Ish is gone. No one should take LaMelo's minutes now. No one. And I better not see Terry Rozier get 40 minutes. He's not. You got one all-star on this roster, and that's LaMelo Ball. I repeat, you got one damn all-star on this roster, and it's LaMelo Ball. And to support Raw Truth Media, either Cash App or Super Chat, all is appreciated. All is to grow this channel to make it better each time. And I appreciate every single one of you, the Raw Truth family, for sticking in and joining the movement. Court Vision said Terry is a fake backup point guard. Terry Rozier is a combo guard, really a shooting guard masquerading as a point guard. And this is not a diss personally, it's just facts. Taufik, they need to get a 7-footer. Again, if you have Harold as a starter, that's not going to be any more defense. Let him be a 6-man, so when he comes in, they can add more defense around him. Okay, Taufik says the lineup should be LaMelo, Oubre, Bouknight, Miles, Harold. Okay, it's a flip and flip. So I'm assuming you're saying Taufik, LaMelo, Bouknight, Miles, Harold, and Nick Richards. I'm down with that. Taufik says, DJ, they have a 7-footer. I'm talking about a real 7-footer. I'm not talking about these Blumleys that come out here masquerading as a 7-footer and get done up by other big men. Troublemaker Network, man, you my dog, but when I'm on live, man, I gotta be the one to promote videos. So let my live go through, and then we could promote it. That's just how we roll at Raw Truth Media. But salute to you, my brother. Richards. Yeah, Richards is 7 foot tall, but I'm talking about an experienced young guy, like a Mo Bamba or something. Trent says, now Ish is gone. That presents an opportunity for Bouknight to grab more minutes once he returns from his wrist injury, which I'm tired of our lottery picks. I'm hurting wrists during rookie season. Ish Smith was in the way. Oh, I know what you meant, Troublemaker Network. You cool. You cool. I was just letting everybody know. Shout out to Troublemaker Network. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. Ish Smith was the Pied Piper to James Borrego. When James Borrego needed someone to psychoanalyze the roster and have all the young players on the edge, that's what Ish Smith was for. He was a veteran to do that. It's not his fault. It's just one of the players that JB uses to control a situation. And he learned this from Greg Popovich. The difference is JB hasn't won anything significant, never won anything, never been a winner. But this coach gets more excuses than everybody else. But black coaches in the NBA can't even get an adequate job and have to work twice, even 3 times as hard to get a higher position. But this coach who has never won keeps getting excuses. And I'm about to get on Charlotte media. I saw some buffoonery today. And now this is classic Raw Truth that's speaking right now. This is when I first started. So the level of energy I'm having right now, I'm about to go off. Charlotte media. Not only did you say, man, we need Kemba back, man. Kemba? What has Kemba won? I respect him. I respect what he did at UConn. But was the Hornets really winning when they had Kemba? You talking about the same Kemba when they went to the playoffs that one time and they got bounced out by the Miami Heat? That Kemba? 4 games? You think that's going to make a difference? So instead of building around your point guard, instead of allowing the young guys to grow, you want to ask for more veterans because you're Team Borrego. This is what's going on. And then a couple of games ago, I think it was Wednesday, there was a Charlotte media member that pointed out LaMelo's stats in their win-loss record. So someone said, well, this year the Hornets are 2-6 when LaMelo scores over 30-plus points. But they failed to realize they're 2-6 because their team is not as talented. Do you realize those last 6 games have been against teams with better records? Or close to the record with the Hornets, or bad matchups? Like Toronto. Toronto is a bad matchup for the Hornets. They played them 2 straight times. Well, 2 times out of the week. They forgot to put that out there, or they didn't want to put that out there. So I know what they're doing. They're trying to turn LaMelo into a passive player. I see the game within the game. They're not fooling me. And the bullshit that they're putting out in the media is ludicrous. If any other team had LaMelo Ball, the media wouldn't be saying this. They wouldn't be saying this. LaMelo Ball in the last game scored 30-plus points because he was the only one trying. He was the only one giving a damn. This dude says, stop crying. You're blocked. Yeah. Cry on that. Because I'm a fan of a player, and I'm seeing a young player not giving the keys, and he's drafted number 3. Of course I'm going to complain on that. Anybody is. Anybody would complain if they see that. Talking about crying. Why are you defending a horrible coach? Aquabe, whatever your name is. Why are you defending out of all coaches? If it was Doc Rivers, you would have had to let this stand on. But you're mad because everybody in the chat sees that this team is average right now. You know it's bad when fans are saying to the management, hey, if you trade everybody else and you rebuild this year, we're okay with it. Fans are telling management this. Not just me. Don't get mad at me because the facts are too harsh for you. See, you wanted LaMelo to be a Tony Parker and Ginobili and not get his stats and not get his points and not be showcased like all the other talented point guards. You're the same people and family. Tell me if I'm lying or not. It's the same people that did the same thing when LaMelo was in Lithuania. Remember how so many folks were champion Coach Seskas because he limited LaMelo's minutes. He made Melo not be LaMelo. He told him stop shooting long shots. He was overbearing to LaMelo. And even though Vitotis was losing, and they're a new name now, there were people in the comment section years ago saying, that's what I'm talking about, Coach Seskas. That's what LaMelo needs right there. Discipline. Don't let him shoot. But they're losing. Tell me if that makes sense. But Mark Jackson can't even get a job. Yeah, see, when I bring up Mark Jackson, everybody else is silent. Because I know what it is. Brother can't even get a job, more qualified than anybody else. Can't even get a job. But you want to tell us we're being emotional because we said this coach is not it. We're being honest. A lot of qualified coaches who put in the work that wasn't given a position. Sensitive motherfuckers. I can't deal with sensitive people, man. Trent says, we heard Borrego mic'd up on ESPN against the Bulls. And during the timeout, Borrego told LaMelo to pass the ball more and get his teammates involved, as if LaMelo is a top 10 in assists. Did you hear the mockery right there? And that is a true statement right there by Trent. Borrego did say that. Why would you tell LaMelo pass the ball more when he leads the team in assists? Don't worry, I'll wait. He leads the team in assists, and you're all up in his ear. If I have a franchise point guard, I don't need my franchise point guard looking back every time there's a mistake. Me and the homies, man, we do these little conference calls, man, just to check on each other and talk about sports. We was just talking about LaMelo last night. We were saying, man, LaMelo's the only 20 and under player who is not allowed to make mistakes. LaMelo's not allowed to make mistakes. He makes one turnover, Borrego giving that grimacing look. Right, Slat, top 10 in assists. And you tell him to pass more. What do you want him to be? Like Ben Simmons? Don't want to shoot at all? I'll tell you one thing, and Ben Simmons is a talented defensive player, and he's a good fit for the Nets. So shout out to him, but I'm just going to put this in context. If, let's say hypothetically, the Sixers didn't get James Harden in the trade, they would have loved to have LaMelo. They would have loved to have him. And there's nothing against Ben Simmons. I'm just saying, for what the Sixers needed, they would have loved to have LaMelo if they did not get James Harden. How do you, like, Hornets organization? First you say it's not all about LaMelo, but you're too afraid to trade him. See, you can't go in. You can't be a fence jumper in this situation. You either buy into your franchise player or you don't. This is chess, not checkers. Yeah, get the likes up, man. We got 80 people in the chat, man. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Raw Truth Media, giving you the raw content that you deservedly need. This is Real Deal Spill. And you wonder why I don't like what I'm seeing. The Ja Morant fans, the Luka Doncic fans, the Trae Young fans, they just chilling. They watch their favorite player, and there's less drama. You know why? Because they got the keys to the offense. And the identity of the team is with them. They could just sit back and chill. But it's tough being a LaMelo fan because there's always politics. It's always something going on. It's just weird. There's always just odd energy with this team. Everything's backwards. They're too cheap. They don't want to build the right way. When you got a point guard in LaMelo Ball that likes to run and very elite in transition, why in the hell do you not have enough athletic bigs, 7-footers, of course, and true small forwards that want to run? No. But you got Gordon Hayward getting paid $130 million. by the way. The same Gordon Hayward who had 0 points in a couple games ago. 0 points. And he doesn't want to run, and he doesn't want to set screens, and all he wants to do is get the ball. You know why? Hornet fans, I want you to listen to this. Because what I'm about to say is going to set something off. Do you want to know why the Hornets were 2-6 when LaMelo scored over 30? I'm going to tell you why. Because when LaMelo scores 30, everybody else is in their feelings because they're not getting their shots. See, they want to be the main scorers. They don't care about defending. They don't care about helping the team for the good. They want to be the guy. It's all about me, 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 instead of sacrificing for the team. So, Borrego fans, I'm not trying to hear about, JB wants the team to play the right way, because why doesn't he get on the veteran players who stop playing defense when they're not getting their shots? You answer me that. Yeah, you didn't think I would go there, huh? You didn't think I would go there, huh? Every time LaMelo had 30 or more points, everybody else stopped playing defense. The only one that plays defense, even though it's an overrated defense, is Cody Martin. That's about it. Oh, yeah. Pasadena, you know I'm going to go there. You know I'm going to go there. LaMelo stuffing the stat sheet. He's not only getting points, but he's getting assists. But you don't want to do anything because you're not getting the shots. Terry Rozier. Y'all realize Terry Rozier's defense drops even more when LaMelo is taking more shots than him? I look at the body language. They moping around. And then they start getting selfish. And then once LaMelo start getting his points in the first half and getting in the groove, they clapping at LaMelo, telling him, let me get the ball. And then when they get the ball, it's a turnover or a missed shot. And then they're frustrated because they're not making their shots. This is the problem with the Hornets. But I'll tell you one thing. If Montrezl Harrell is not the leading scorer and getting touches all the time, he's going to still try. He'll at least do that. Everybody else, selfishness. And you wonder why the Hornets are almost dead last on defense. But you want to talk about LaMelo's defense, but LaMelo's getting steals. He's trying. He's 20 years old. He's still learning. He's still giving effort. But you make excuses for the players who don't care about defense. Gordon Hayward hasn't played defense in years. But no one said how bad or atrocious he is. That's why JB plays his zone. Yeah, I went there again. JB plays his zone because they're a miniature team with a ton of players who don't play defense. So he tries to protect them. He tries to protect them. JB tries to protect the veterans who don't play defense. Yeah, I went there. So what? But you know what the Shine is going to say? The Shine is going to say, DJ, why are you fussing too much? There's a difference between righteous passion and complaining. Right now, what you're hearing from me is righteous passion because I see a young man, LaMelo Ball, who just wants to be free. When I say free of mind so he could play his game and not be controlled. See, LaMelo has that ruling class mentality, that same ruling class mentality that all black folks and all people should have. They want to put LaMelo in a box and take away the God-given gifts that he has. Trent says, talk to him, DJ. Hey, man. Hey, y'all get them likes up, man. I'm just getting turned up. When I saw that media member say, these Rob Boone, Rob Sloon, Rob Coon, whatever you call them, and other media shines, pointing out, LaMelo Ball had 6 turnovers. oh, LaMelo Ball is just taking a lot of shots and they're not winning enough games. See, those are lies. They never mention that everybody else stops playing defense when LaMelo gets his points. Gordon Hayward's the worst defender on the team. No one talks about it. But y'all still think I'm making it up, huh? Y'all still think I'm making it up, huh? Let me read some of these comments. Trent says, Luka dropped 51 on the Clippers last night. His coach didn't get in his way like JB would. Nope. Luka gets what he wants. Luka did. Everybody knew Luka didn't like Porzingis. Got him out the way. Because the Dallas Mavericks like, we're not about to make Luka Doncic unhappy. Rick Carlisle won an NBA championship with the Mavericks. Him and Luka didn't see eye to eye and thought he was being held back. Luka got his wish from the management and they cut ties with Rick Carlisle. He gets what he wants. That's what you're supposed to do. And don't be surprised if Luka stays with the Mavericks because the Mavericks have given Luka everything he wanted. Talfi says, I'm happy LaMelo got minutes, but even though we're wait and see with him, he fits his team. Eric says, I really think the Hornets play best when Bridges is the focus. When he was dropping 30 before Terry came back, I wouldn't say the focus, but the top two has to be LaMelo and Bridges. Because I don't want LaMelo being passive. Taufik says, one thing I know, DJ, Harold is a thorn to Borrego's system. Yeah, he's not a yes man. He said, and Harold don't like that. But he don't. TB says, Luka has gotten a Hall of Fame coach traded away and trade away key players, and now is a unicorn. Yep. He gets what he wants. S-Class says, DJ, you're tough on critique. Yep. Had to be. Trent says, Terry Gordon veterans who know better play the worst defense than LaMelo. That is the truth. They always make LaMelo the scapegoat. Do you know LaMelo has to take up for everybody's slack for not playing defense? And I hate when there's a missed defensive assignment and LaMelo has to take the foul since no one else wants to take the foul. That's the selfishness I'm talking about. No, you don't let your franchise player to get that foul. You take the foul, Gordon. You take the foul, Terry. Teachers' pets, man. Eric says, Gordon actually had decent defense, but I ain't been a Gordon fan since he gets played so much. Trent says, DJ, they want LaMelo to be the best passer, rebounder, defensive player, best shooter at the age of 20, but have lower expectations for veterans. Talk to him. So LaMelo has to be the first player to be perfect at everything. No, that's what they're saying. That's what they said. That LaMelo has to be the best player at everything. Now, I would critique LaMelo if he's being passive, if he's not playing his game. But man, you media members, you media shines who blame him for losses, and I know what you're doing. You don't fool me. Shout out to the OG Coach Ant Learn. The OG right there, man. He said, what's good in here? Salute, DJ. Salute, OG. Talking about Pistons and Hornets. The Hornets better not lose this game. I'm telling you that. No, this game better not be close. Cade Cunningham is not even playing tonight. So they better handle business. You're talking about a team that got a bunch of G League players on their roster. But back to Trent's comment. The veteran players are able to have so many excuses, but the young players are critiqued more. That's backwards. but only in Charlotte. Oh yeah, I'm gonna stay tuned to that Troublemaker Network. I'm gonna go on your page and look at that. Trent says if the Hornets lose tonight, JB must go. He gotta go. You have an assistant to take over until the next season. You find a new coach. Jaheem Nesbitt, peace and blessings to you, my brother. He said, is Marvin Bagley playing? Let me check and see. But Montrezl Harrell is a 70% chance of him playing. He got past the physical. But let me check on Marvin Bagley real quick. Let me check on that. I'm looking right now. Oh, so Marvin Bagley will not play tonight. But I like what Detroit's doing. Detroit is trying to build around Cade Cunningham. They're not fooling around. They know this is a rebuilding year and they get a high draft pick, a really good class. They're set. They're set. The Hornets media, here's the funny thing, man. I was talking to my kinfolk about this a couple nights ago. The Hornets media make you think that JB is a top 10 coach, and they make you think that they got to play veterans because they have a top 4 seed. They make it seem that way. But newsflash, the Hornets are the 10th seed in the East. So you might as well scrap everything because you got to pay Miles Bridges. You can't afford to let him go. And I'm saying this now. Hornets, if you do not pay Miles Bridges, don't expect to have LaMelo back. I believe it. You can't convince me that you can keep LaMelo Ball and you trade his one good friend on the team. There's 2 players that the Hornets cannot trade away. Miles Bridges and Book Knight. At all. Remember that Lauryn Hill song? It doesn't even matter at all. You better not trade those players. You better keep evolving your team around. And I say, it doesn't even matter. Don't trade those 2 players at all. You better not trade them players. Shoot. It's going to be trouble. Troublemaker never says Trez got in a fight with KCP in a locker room and called out the locker room culture about 2 weeks ago. Eric Schaefer. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I need on the Hornets team. I need dogs, man. Dogs. Troublemaker never said, that's my song. Man. Cold World says DJ got the vocals. Oh, man, I got that. To all my singers out there, like every word that's in your head, you could think of a song. Literally much. So it's kind of like comedy in my head, just thinking about each word or something that's funny and turning it into a song or a jingle. Faz says they better be ready with that bag because Detroit is ready for Bridges. Yep. Oh, yeah, Miles Bridges, he's going to put on a show today. He's from Flint, but Detroit is close around, and the Pistons want him. The Pistons are moving people around, getting cap space. I know what they're doing. But the Hornets are doing nothing. They want to keep those veterans there that boss around these young players. And they're so brainwashed. Brainwashed to say, we want Kemba back. What has Kemba won you? And then here's the ultimate disrespect. The charlatan media, as some of the subs may call them, had the nerve to say LaMelo doesn't know how to close. So let me get this straight. You're talking about the same LaMelo Ball who's playing spot duty minutes. So even when he plays 35 minutes in a game, sometimes taking him into the game, out of the game, late in the fourth quarter, messing up his rhythm. The new age players, they adapt to rhythm. That's why they get all the minutes. I know that, you know that, the whole world knows that. And when you take LaMelo out for 5 straight minutes, and then you want him to come in to save the day after you messed up the rotations, JB, how's this LaMelo's fault? You see what I'm saying? This is backwards thinking. Backwards thinking. We got 90 people in the chat. Make sure it's 90 likes. Raw Truth Media, Raw Truth Family. But they better have that bag ready. Alan Turner says Luther Vandross. Hey, tell me if Luther Vandross sounds like this. Every time he sings, he always go, I said, Brady Bunch, Brady Bunch. Miss Brady. Shout out to Jamie Foxx. he did the Luther Vandross Brady Bunch song. And it went like this. There's a story of a lovely lady. Brady Bunch, Brady Bunch. Miss Brady. Shout out to Jamie Foxx. Shout out to Luther. Said goated. Trollmaker says definitely got the Luther run. You know, when I was in high school, like a decade and a half ago, I was always the lead singer. There was times I didn't even want to be the lead singer. And they was like, well, DJ, can you sing this lead? I'm like, okay, I'll do it. All the time. Didn't even want to do it. Didn't even want to do it, but here's what it is. Brian Anderson, Mr. Anderson, says, I want to hear your thoughts on the elephant in the room, Gordon Hayward and his big contract. Oh, but of course. Yeah, let's get to some real ish right now. Mitch Kupchak, if you want to cut your losses, trade Gordon Hayward. Now, Gordon Hayward had a weird injury, and I bet you he will play in this game too. Watch. All of a sudden, the trade deadline is arriving, and Gordon Hayward had a mysterious injury, and now he's not on trade talks, and I just thought it was weird. Hornets, do whatever you can to trade Gordon Hayward. Cut your losses now. Yes, take the contract money, like take the last parts of the contract money, because they're not going to take all that contract money. Y'all know it's not going to happen that way. So cut your losses now. Do it with Terry Rozier. Cut your losses. You have enough money for Miles Bridges. And then when LaMelo's contract comes up, you can have enough for him. Because if you don't do it, you're not going to afford LaMelo. Because LaMelo's getting that bag. It will probably be, if it keeps going up, if the play keeps going out, right? Oh, Troublemaker says his wife, Gordon Hayward's wife, called out JB on IG. I saw that. It was poorly handled, though. Expect LaMelo, if the play keeps going like I think it should go with LaMelo, $250 to $300 million. Since the cap is going up, players are going to get more money. John Morant, other players are going to get that range as well. And before you go and say, well, the Hornets are now a winning team and it's about player production. This is a players' league. So I don't have to do Team wins is about the team. It's not about the player all the time. Just ask LeBron James. LeBron James, one of the greatest players in his league right now. And this team is struggling right now. Is that his fault? Or is it the team's fault that they're not good enough? Nicole Singleton, pretty much Gordon Hayward's wife, posted something saying, I'm going to close pretty much she's not going to say much, but she didn't like what she saw, how they handled the injury with Gordon Hayward. They didn't call a timeout. They just played on, which was weird. Navarro, my brother, he says, DJ, MH, who's him? Won't. You mean Mitch Kupchak or who he talking about? MH. He said MH won't change a thing for the Hornets. I said the same thing. Bogus injury to keep from being traded. Melo not staying there as long as MJ and JB, they're going back to LA. Montrezl Harrell. Okay. You said Montrezl Harrell won't change a thing. That's why I said they need to make more moves. At the end of the day, to keep LaMelo, man, JB can't be in the plans. I don't think, this is my opinion, and if you think I'm wrong, so be it. I don't think LaMelo likes the coach. Now, he ain't going to see it because he's respectful of his elders. He was raised right. But he clearly doesn't like the coach. Look at the signs. Look at the messages he put on IG stories, and then at one time he liked a post and unliked it, of course, which was smart, about how he's being played. And can you blame LaMelo? I don't blame LaMelo. You play for a coach that's trying to take away what you do best, you wouldn't like him either. You wouldn't. King Common Sense says, did she shout out LaMelo for being the only one to check on him? No. She was just worried about her husband. But LaMelo Ball, who doesn't get the respect he really deserves on this team, was the only one, just like King Common Sense stated, was the only one to check up on Gordon Hayward when everybody else was playing on and worrying about that lousy basket. That's why he's a great teammate. This is why he has a lot of fans. He cares about basketball. Now, he cares about his family. He cares about his teammates, even when some of his teammates don't even care about him. When they asked him, when the Charlotte media asked him, how does it feel to be an all-star? He said, really, it's about team wins and MVPs and championships. He wants to win a championship. But even he knows that Charlotte has to do more. It don't take one guy. There's never been a player in history where it's just one guy winning the championship. Not even Michael Jordan's teams. He done it alone. He's never done it alone. Just like the late great. I mean, the late great Kobe Bryant, Shaq. Nobody has ever done it alone. It's a team game. Nicole Singleton says, okay, honestly, don't think anyone noticed at first, but it was kind of weird when they see he was injured and they really didn't do anything. Makes me think there's not a lot of chemistry with him. No, there's not. And it was really disrespectful what they did. They just kept playing on. And I'm like, don't you see a player down? You're not going to call a timeout or something? A says, DJ, did you know Montrez and LaMelo played at the Rico Hines together? You think they may already have chemistry and maybe LaMelo has some influence in the trade? That could be. Their chemistry it's on it's on tape, man. You can go on YouTube and put LaMelo Ball and Rico Hines and you'll see Montrezl Harrell there. They know each other's game really well. Even Terry Rozier and Montrezl Harrell, they know each other's game well. They got to enforce it, but they still, meaning the Hornets, got to make some moves. It doesn't stop now. But this is Raw Truth Media, giving you the raw content that you deservedly need. Thank you for tuning in. And don't forget, Coach Joe will be going live at the game. So tune in. And I'm about to make the link for it. And I'm going to put it in the comment section once I'm done making the link. So tune in. Hornets versus Pistons. And I'm out.